So Jasmine Crockett is back in the news, and this time she is actually talking about a story that we covered here a couple of weeks ago. You might remember Senator Alex Padilla. He was attending without previous kind of notification, not dressed as he would normally in a suit or even with his senatorial pin on. He attended a press briefing given by DHS Secretary Noem. He did, I guess, I suppose he announced who he was when he asked this question, but he also lunged at her because he was seeking to create an incident in which he would need to be taken down by Secret Service. And he pushed the red button. They obliged. And now Democrats are still trying to kind of milk any last bit of propaganda they can get out of it. And you see that here with Jasmine Crockett.
I was like, what happened to Alex? And then the staffer points to the TV. And I look at the TV, and that's where I see, like, I had no warning whatsoever. Yeah. And so I see they're playing a loop of what happened to Senator Padilla. And I literally just broke down in tears and started crying because it is hard for me to imagine, you know, even just looking at Senator Padilla, this is the first Latino senator that the state of California has ever had. He is the senior senator in that state. Yeah. And
in the video, he announces he's a senator as well. He makes it very clear who he is. He identifies himself.
And then there's no respect, not like a modicum of respect for him, nor his position, nor his humanity. Right. Because first of all, I don't think that you need to be a senator to not have ICE take you to the ground because you have the audacity in a democracy where we supposedly respect free speech and freedom of press, even though he wasn't press, but it was a press conference. Like, you would think that you wouldn't do this to anybody.
I want to institute a new game. The new game is every time a Democrat calls this country's system of government a democracy, I get an automatic direct deposit of $1,000. I'm ready for this game. I have remodeling to do. But in other news, she cried over Alex Padilla getting taken down to the ground. He's a grown man, right? A rich man, and also someone who provoked the incident. But I've never seen Jasmine Crockett cry over, let me check my notes, 20 million Black babies lost to abortion since the passage of Roe v. Wade. Never seen her cry about Jocelyn Nungaray, who was murdered by an illegal alien. Never seen her cry about child sex trafficking, which goes on in this country. Biggest child sex trafficking day in the country is Super Bowl Sunday. Never seen Jasmine Crockett cry about the number of children in America who are in foster care. That's 500,000 children. The majority of them are Black kids whose parents are incarcerated or dead, and they're in foster care, and they are never going to be adopted. They're going to go through every night of their childhood, every single night and all day, going through without the love of a parent, without anyone who is deeply interested and dedicated to their future and their success. And they age out of the system at 18 years old. I think they get a $25 check, and they're pushed out onto the street at 18 years old. Now think about your child at 18. It's enough to make you want to scream and throw things that we have 500,000 children, most of them Black, in the foster care system. And she hasn't shed one tear about them. And what's interesting about her is she's a total elitist. She went to MICDS. That's a $30,000 a year private school here in the suburbs of St. Louis, in the heart of wealth and money, the richest suburb in St. Louis. That's where she went to high school. She went to college. She's a lawyer. She lives well. She's worth millions of dollars. And she cries over Alex Padilla. I could think of 100 other things that come before Alex Padilla that she and I could sit down and discuss. And within minutes, I would be crying because they are travesties. They are injustices. They are the things in this country that we need to fix. And as an elected official, she is responsible. She is supposed to be solving problems and protecting the innocent, not sitting around in a $2,000 outfit crying over a U.S. senator who provoked his own takedown.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.